I should just simplify it. So many times, instead of me just prompting the tool, I ask the tool what do you think about my, so Java, Python, Salesforce, any tool that is available in the marketplace. You can go to any search engine in the marketplace and type in, let's say, for example, Python. So when it comes to prompt engineering, I believe the best strategy is to ask the tool that you are using, what are some of the prompts that you think I should use for this particular thing? So if you're just using AI and you don't have any background in digital marketing or any background in AI or any background in sales or business, it's not gonna work.
Hey Mo, how are you? Hopefully you're ready to talk about working hard and using AI. Both are working well together. So first of all, how's your day today? And are you ready to tackle this hot topic?
Absolutely, Steve. It's a beautiful day to be alive, and it's an amazing topic that will make everybody think twice before using AI or even implementing AI in their daily sales process. So, Steve, tell us a little bit about the topic, and let's get going with this amazing AI integration topic that we're going to be talking about today.
Oh, I don't know about you. Perhaps you won't agree with me, but I think you will agree with me. I mean, AI doesn't do everything. We like AI. We use it like every day, many times per day. But at the end of the day, you still have to think about, you still have to work hard, you still have to plan a few things. We're not in the full agentic mode yet. But even that, I mean, when I use AI, especially ChatGPT is my go-to for now for many things. I still have to correct the tool quite often. So basically, I'm hustling to make sure it's okay. But I'm also finding new tricks, new prompts, new ways of taking advantage of that because it's a tool and a tool has to be used in the right way. And a tool doesn't do the job. It helps us to work. And the title, or I would say the main topic is we still have to hustle. AI amplifies our work. So what do you think about that, my friend?
I'm gonna disagree, Steve. Last time I agreed, but this time I will definitely disagree. I think it's the way that we interact with AI tools. So many times, especially lately with the latest model, Steve, I noticed that the prompt or prompt engineering is the unlocker of power. Is the main tool that enables us to get what we want. Anytime that you have to correct, let's say ChatGPT or Cloud or Gemini, that means that the initial prompt that was used was not correct. So if you can, in a simplified manner with really good, precise words, make sure that the AI tool knows exactly what you want, you're going to get it from the beginning. There is also, Steve, a small feature called the memory that especially is available in ChatGPT where you can update the model with what you prefer. Do you prefer friendly text? Do you prefer technical text? Do you prefer consistent text? So some of the preferences that you have, some of the main attributes that you want your text to display and to output for you as an individual, as a user. So many tools that I think a lot of the marketplace is currently not using. And if used correctly, I believe 90% of your work can be automated. Obviously, that 10%, that creativity, that beautiful human mind is still needed, but that 90% can easily be automated because you're already prepared. I always say using AI, especially using prompt engineering in order to output some text or code or diagrams. And 90% of it is mainly prompt engineering, and 10% of it is what you need, your code. And obviously, double checking and making sure that the content is correct, making sure that the content is actually relevant to your situation is very important. But if you can find a way to prompt it correctly with the latest models, wow, you are going to unlock a new way of doing business and using technology.
I cannot agree against that, but you still have to hustle to learn it. You still have to hustle to make nice prompts. You still have to save those prompts. You still have to create some GPTs for you to be more specific. You still have to create those small agents. So at the same time, it doesn't do it for you. So I think that it's still like what I like to say is if you have a hammer and you take it on the wrong side, this is not a hammer anymore. AI is a lot simpler and also complicated than that. But at the same time, I totally agree. I mean, that can bring a lot. It brings a lot to me, a lot to my work on the marketing, on the sales, on the email writing side. So I'm with you on that for sure. But I would like us to focus on the amplification of all our work. And I'd like to make the analogy of if you go back in time, we were like, I would say, basic humans without going into too much details. And those basic humans started to use tools to amplify their power, their vision, their brain, their speed. And we're still doing that today by different ways. So I think
Definitely.
AI is another way of amplifying what we have in our minds. So I think that the good people can be better, and the very, very good people can be very, very, I would say, excellent in their work and perform better. And this is something that I see in progress. You can always add up. I mean, you have something, you can add up. I just created something for social media posting where I learned in the process where I just put the transcript of this podcast
Hmm.
into my agent, and at the end I get a bunch of scripts, not scripts, but the quotes, and they are filtered, cleaned up, very well adapted to the social media I'm targeting. And it's amazing. I'm saving so
Wow.
much time. In fact, once I did it after 1 hour or 2 hours of work, I delegated it to somebody else. And now just like save the script, put it there, and prepare the clips or the quotes. So
I
that's
love
cool.
it.
That's one small thing on the marketing side. So what experience do you have with the work that you do as a AI technical trainer?
Absolutely, Steve. For me, I would love to share with the audience the sales part of it. So before you start teaching different brands and companies, you have to reach out to them using different sales channels. One of the main sales channels that I use is email marketing. And in email marketing, we have different email automation tools that will enable us to send emails to a list of subscribers, newsletter subscribers, individuals that we already did business with, or people who are already open to our communication, who provided us with their email and gave us their consent. Hey, by the way, no worries if you send me an email about your business, I'm open to reading it. All good. I'm already subscribed to your newsletter. So for me, the text used to reach out to these people is what I do. I try to use AI in order to automate the creation of individualistic text based on the individual industry, based on the individual preference. So instead of sending one email to 1 million people, and it's a generic email, Steve, and it's it doesn't hit people in the heart. And I believe sales is all about connecting with the individual from an emotional perspective. I use AI in order to automatically create an email that fits their needs and fits their current needs as an individual. So based on their background, based on their experience, based on what they want, what they need, and if you can create an email that can fit the human individual to that level, you can close a deal easily. For example, let's say I'm targeting company A, and I know that company A is mainly focused on using AI for project management. So the email that I'm going to write is going to be fit to project management and to the project manager that I'm going to be contacting. So it will be 100% uh, part of their personality, part of their needs, part of their wants, part of their, let's say, even educational background. So it will enable them to read the email and feel that they are communicating with an individual that understands them, not just a generic email. And one of the main things that I noticed, Steve, is that the title of the email, or the subject, if you will, that is very important. So using AI, I was able to provide AI with emails that I have been using, so the titles that I have been using, and I get some feedback. The feedback that I get is the title is not too catchy. The title is too long. The title is too technical. The title that you are using is not going to grab the attention of the individual that you are communicating with. So now I'm using titles that are already based on research data and also my data of open rate. As you know, if you use an email tool, you're going to get an open rate, you're going to get different variables, different analytics that will enable you to see, oh, voila, so this email actually works. So how can I duplicate what works here for future behaviors in the future? So that's something that I noticed. For me, AI is an automation tool that requires you to know what you're doing. So if you're just using AI and you don't have any background in digital marketing, or any background in AI, or any background in sales or business, it's not gonna work. It's like using a car, but you don't know how to drive the car. It's like using a technology, a phone. I know so many people that are using a smartphone, but they are not really using them to their full potential. I remember the first time that I used a smartphone, I was able to take the smartphone and use it to remotely control my computer. So remote control my computer using a smartphone. You download an app and you access your computer remotely, and you can use it as a keyboard, as a mouse, as a camera, as a mic. So we have so much technology in our hands, but we only are exploring the surface. And I like to get a little bit more technical with these things and read the documentation of it. And that's how I use AI in my day-to-day team, mainly for outreach, to reach the client, and then, of course, to communicate with them once they want to do business with me. What about you,
I have a
Steve?
qu- I have a question for you. I have a question for you. What
Yeah.
about? I mean, first of all, what I'm totally in agreement with you is, if you're not using AI to write emails, it's like you are in the, I
Mhm.
mean, 2005 generation or time,
That's not
whatever.
true.
So I think that we have to be in the 2025 era and getting better and better at it. So, but in terms of with generative I see that a lot of text is generated, and I see some people sending me emails, like very lengthy emails, because hey, it's automatically generated. So why not posting it? I look smart. It sounds smart. I have an opinion about this. I'd like to hear you first.
Thank you, Steve, for the question. That's actually a brilliant, brilliant input. Uh, as far as I'm concerned, and I spoke to some business leaders, some executives from different brands and companies. Nobody likes long emails. Nobody prefers long emails. We're busy, Steve. You like busy people, entrepreneurs, and also individuals working in large corporations. They don't have time to read 5 pages, 2 pages, 1 page. They need something quick. Hi, da da da. What do you want? How can we do it? Let's schedule a meeting. Boom, boom, boom. Quickly to the point. What's the call to action? What do you want from me today? Because I believe, especially me as an individual, I would speak about myself. I believe I rather know what the individual wants and I would do business with them. So, what are you trying to accomplish? If it's something that I want to do, I would be more than happy to do business with you and collaborate with open heart. I love that collaboration. But if it's too much text and I'm confused and I feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, and I mean, yeah, no, I don't like to get long emails. And you know what I was doing before? Now I'm using AI for it. But I was taking those long emails in paragraphs, so no point forms. They were very complicated to read and understand. So I was taking them in OneNote, and I was dividing that in all the sentences, each one by one, and remove what was not relevant, and was
Mm.
taking what was relevant. And after that, I was recreating a point form, and I was sending back to the other party and say, hey, is it what you wanted to say? Am I focusing on the right thing? So basically like an interactive exchange. But I mean, some people are running long, long emails. So with the AI, if people can generate long emails, you can use AI to interpret those emails and make something in point form. But at the same time, it could miss a few things. So you have to be cognizant of that, because I mean, if you're dealing with a customer, you need to really show that you understand what's happening. So, no, I think a great leader is a great communicator, and a great communicator don't need to write long emails. And there was one, it's not a proverb; it's more like a statement, which I like to repeat and reuse. Is it was from a country leader to another country leader, and it goes this way: "Sorry, I didn't have time. I wrote you a 9 page letter because I didn't have time to write you a 4 page letter."
Mm.
So, in a sense,
No.
that writing something concise and precise and straight to the point takes time. And it's not AI can do that for you if you have the right prompt. So please be careful and use AI properly to be succinct, precise, and clear. It can do it easily. Don't overwhelm the people on the other end with long emails. That would be my advice to everybody. And the tools can do it. The tools can keep the tone,
Mhm,
can be
mhm,
straight to the point, but obviously by keeping it short,
mhm.
you can reread it before sending it. And on the other hand, the communication link will stay strong, and they will execute or understand what you want them to see and understand. So no, I think we are on the same page for that. But and regarding to you make some allusion to sales and emails and being more, I would say, precise and be like contextual. So would you suggest our audience to generate the prompts to get that?
Yes. So when it comes to prompt engineering, I believe the best strategy is to ask the tool that you are using, what are some of the prompts that you think I should use for this particular industry? So let's say you are in the digital marketing industry, the prompt that you're going to use is the following. Can you please provide some prompts that I can use as a digital marketer in order to automate my current job and my current responsibilities? And you will see that the tool that you are using, Gemini, ChatGPT, Cloud, any tool that is available in the marketplace will provide you with the prompts that will yield, that will return the highest value output for your particular situation. So it's always a good idea to be extremely sure or perhaps intelligent about using the tool in order to give you the prompts. So the tool itself knows exactly what works for it. So ask the tool what are some of the main practices that are going to be required by you as an individual in order to get the best output and see those repeating again and again. Sometimes what I do is I write a prompt and I say the following. From 1 to 10, how would you rate my prompt? And how would you make it better? And I just see the difference. Oh, so I should eliminate this word. I should not use this description. I should not use confusing terms. I should just simplify it. So many times, instead of me just prompting the tool, I ask the tool, what do you think about my prompt? And once I get that prompt, because the tool will tell you your prompt is bad or your prompt is good, your prompt is average, I would suggest using this prompt. I take the prompt given to me and I use it instead of the one that I wanted to use in the first place. So it's always a good idea to be a little bit smart, play the game, like we say. And if you can do that, these tools are amazing. I am surprised because on a daily basis, what they can do is amazing, Steve.
Yep, yep. No, I'm with her. We taking the prompt and asking again, say, do you think that that prompt is good enough? Can I improve it? No, that's great because you're using the tool to be better with the tool. So no, that's great. And also, one thing that what I see with these tools, with this AI tool, uh, they are generating things without asking more questions. They just go with your prompt as is, so you can do what you suggested and ask, can you improve the prompt? But also, I said before going any further, could you
Ah,
ask me a few questions to make sure you're clear on what you're going to achieve? So basically, I'm dividing where I'm creating a prompt and I'm asking the tool, the AI tool, to ask me more questions to make sure that we can converge quickly. Because I saw so many times that it generates stuff and people are taking that for granted. But the thing
ah.
is, it can be better, can be a lot better. And isn't because there is a lot of words that it's good. So you have to be careful. So, no, that's great. So, what would be the last word and the last tip you would say for our audience about AI amplifies our work? So, if we're good, we can become excellent and be rich because of it.
Yes, Steve. I think the last tip that I would love to share with our audience is use AI as well as a learning tool. The amount of information and knowledge that I learned, especially in the technical field, because most of these AI tools, they consume material from open source documentation. So Java, Python, Salesforce, any tool that is available in the marketplace, you can go to any search engine in the marketplace and type in, let's say, for example, Python documentation. OneNote documentation, Microsoft Office documentation, and you can see how the tool works. So documentation is like your user guide to show you how it works, etc. So this is easy available information to these tools. So these tools, they already have access to that information, which means you are going to get a high level understanding of a tool by asking the AI tool for information and to teach you exactly what you need. So for me, so many times when I have a gap in my knowledge, Steve, I ask the generative AI tool to help me understand the concept and to practice with me. Provide me some code. Let me see if I understand it. Provide me a tool. Let me see if I can draw it. I provide you a diagram. So sometimes I just draw a diagram, pen and paper. I take a picture, I upload it, and I get some feedback. Your diagram is not good. You missed the point here. There is especially because I do networking as well, Steve. I do cloud-based development and teaching. So sometimes I need to do these diagrams in order to showcase to my clients this is how things work. And I always get some feedback about what I'm doing and how I'm understanding these tools. And I think, Steve, And this is a statement that I would love to share with our audience. This applies to any field, no matter what you're doing. In life, you can always learn and improve, and learning is a powerful tool.
Great, great. So let's do that in a different episode and let's elaborate about it. So, Mo, I think that we covered great stuff over here regarding emails and again using the tools available right now that are free or paid. So thank you very much for your time. And I would say that to our people who stayed up to that long, please subscribe, join our tribe, join our community of Make Tech Work. Unplug entrepreneurs. This is what we want to do. We want to help, and it's our mission to help entrepreneurs. So thank you very much, Mo, and see you soon.
Thank you, Steve. See you soon.